going down the road, and you know how like you had the 2 lanes, but like when the 2 lane like is about to end at the end of the run road, and then you'll have like the little yellow lines with the little dots in the middle of the road, because we were about to go on like a bypass. Okay, and so like as we were getting close to the bypass, the road started to close in, and so literally, y'all, we are driving, and I wasn't speeding or anything, and this car, it like look, I'm looking at it, like for real shoots out and does not try to stop. The only thing I had time to do was to get over in the yellow, like for real. And keep in mind, my mom and my sister are in the car behind us, so they watching this go on. And so like I said, this car it comes out, y'all, and I'm like, and I swerve like over in the yellow, and I'm like, what the, you know, I was like, what in the world? Like, for real. Was about to take us all out, y'all. I was so mad. I was like, bruh, we about to get hit. And like I said, my cousin who had almost got hit with me the other day I was like, girl, this happened the other day. And so my mama calls me, and like we like for real drive off a little bit, and we pull over. And my mama and my sister, they in the back, they upset, and they like, we sit here watching them, y'all. We are watching y'all. Y'all are in front of us, and we watching y'all about to have a wreck. And I'm like, to Oxford, and on my way to the house, I stopped by his house. My spiritual mentor, right? A lot of my dresses was over there. Like I said, the devil really tried, like, for real. So I was mad. I ain't gonna talk about this. This is October 20th. So I go over there and I get my birthday, our church goes or whatever like this. And I put him in the car. Like, you really gonna act like this? Literally, like, yeah, like, we mad. And like, that was the first time like I could actually like just see in his face. Now that I think about it, it's just like the first time I could just see him angry. And I don't think I really had saw him angry like that before. The next day, we argue, like, it's my birthday now, we arguing, and I'm a little emotional, and I'm crying and stuff, because I'm like, why are we arguing, you know? Angry like that before. And so, he's like, you really gonna do this? I'm like, I need my dresses, like, I will talk to you. I was in the car with my cousin. Why are we arguing, you know? And so, my friend was in the car with us. It hurts my feelings. We had gotten dressed. Then we went and got to church, and so then I'm like, why are you still coming? Because we get to 12 years old, and then I'm just really upset. Like, I'm crying, and I'm trying to stop crying. I'm like, I really got to come. And so, now that I'm thinking about it, I think at this point is when, like, I walk up and everybody's like, you okay? Because why are you crying on your birthday? And it started the are you even really gonna come thing at this point, I guess. Being hurt that we was hurt, like, we just hold on to that thought, or that it was supposed to be special. And so, like, it was crazy. Hold on, like, and so, okay, and the friend that I have, she's one of those friends who talks a lot. It's like, after we left Toyos or whatever, she, my family blindfolded me because they were doing a surprise for me, and I didn't know what was going on, but they didn't want me to see it. And so, as I'm blindfolded in the front seat, my friend is in the back seat with him, and all I can hear is like her talking to him and her asking him questions. And my cousin is beside me, and she getting upset because she just like, what's so funny? What y'all talking about? What y'all got to talk about? And my friend is like, oh, nothing. We're just networking, this and other. And my cousin's like, she don't need to network. He don't need to network with you. What he need to network with you for? And she was like, no, you know, just being friendly. She was like, he don't need no friends. And I'm like, thank you, cousin. And she's like, he don't need no friends. And the whole time, because I'm still here listening to them, but at the same time, I'm trying to figure out where we're going because I'm just nosy. And so, she was like, he don't need no friends. What he need to talk to you for? Why y'all shut up if I get out their back seat, you know? And what's up? And so it was funny because she was just like, what's this? For what? What you need it for? Huh? What was the reason? For real. And so anyway, we get there, and they couldn't give me a car for my 21st birthday, so my mom and my sister, they got me a hotel room and decorated and stuff. And so the whole time, like, my cousin was distracting me. Like, they were going to decorate the room and they were going to get the room and stuff like that. And so, like, my friends were there. My 2 best friends, Trey and Hannah, ended up being there. My stepbrother and my stepsister were there. My boyfriend was there. And my friend and my cousin were there. And my sister's good friend, who she gained from her husband, was there. And they were all, you know, going around. Because that's what we do for birthdays. We go around and you just say something as to why you're thankful for that person. And just to give them words of encouragement. You know, everybody was giving me words of encouragement. And they were, you know, just uplifting me. And, you know, telling me about the things that I had gone through and just how I persevered through those things and how proud of me they were, because at the time I still wasn't back in school and, you know, it was kind of frustrating. So they were just speaking life into me and just being like, you know, you deserve, you know, everything and more. And it was my boyfriend's time to talk, and he was like, you know, I love you, you know, I'm grateful for you. And then, like, he started crying, and he was just like, you know, it just amazes me that you would even want to be with a guy like me. And of course, at the time, I'm still kind of irritated with him, because it's just like, you know, you done messed up my whole birthday. You know, that's my thinking. And then he says that, and I'm just like, you know, why wouldn't I be with you? Now, I'm not saying it out loud, but I was just thinking to myself, like, why wouldn't I be with you? Like, when I say he was the perfect person, and nobody's perfect, but he was perfect for me. And I was just like, why would you even, you know, thinking to myself, like, why would you even think that I would want to be with you? Like, he was just such an awesome person. And so, everybody was like, oh, and everybody else was in the ring, getting teary-eyed and stuff as he was crying. And I'm just like, you know, you the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. Like, why wouldn't I be grateful for you? Why wouldn't I want to be with you? Like, you are the guy that I want, you know. And so, yeah, and he ended up spending the night with me in the hotel that night. And it was funny because he didn't want to stay in the hotel room because he had just gotten back from the trip or whatever like that. And that's what they do when they go on those trips. They are in hotels for, you know, 2 weeks. And so he was like, I really want to go to my own bed. But even still, he, like, you know, stayed with me. And so, you know, we were together, but, like, it was kind of like as if things had gotten, you know, it was like things were starting to shift. His birthday was getting ready to come around, and I was just like, I guess, like, my birthday and that message for my birthday it made me realize that, you know, along with some of the other stuff that we had gone through in the other conversations, some other conversations we had, that at times he felt like he wasn't enough and that he wasn't appreciated and that people didn't really need him. And so for his birthday, I wanted him to, like, kind of experience what it was like for me, you know, experience what it's like for me for birthdays, and, you know, how important we take them and all this good stuff. And so I knew I didn't have, you know, money out to tell I did to just be, you know, buying him gifts, but I decided that I was gonna write him a letter, you know, every day up until the day of his birthday, starting December 1st. And so that's what I did. Every day he got a letter, and in the letter, well, actually ended up being a text message, and I ended up giving him the letters later. But in the letter, it would be, I think there were either a memory, a blessing, or a just like a word of encouragement or something like that. And so every day up until his birthday, he would get one of those. And the day for his birthday came, and, like, I remember I made him take off because at first he wasn't even going to take off. And I was like, no, it's your birthday. Take off. Like, why would you want your birthday? And so I was like, the next, it's your birthday. You do holidays, you do everything. Like, do something. We just spent Thanksgiving together. He had been talking about how he wanted to go bowling. I went home, and he already hang out with everybody like that. And so outside of didn't get. So, like, I was trying to Thanksgiving together, trying to get him to go out for his birthday. It did not go as planned. Like, it really went left. And so, like, and then he really want to go out. He really want to be bothered. And, like, instead of me just being like, okay, I understand, and just canceling my plans, like, I left him for his birthday and just went to go hang out with these people instead, since he ain't want to get it. Because I wouldn't tell him what we were going to do. I was just like trying to make him put on some clothes. And so like I was just like, can you please just be cooperative? And like he just did not want to do it. And so I was just like, you know what, you can stay here and I'm gonna go celebrate your birthday for you. And so that is exactly what we did. And we ended up getting into it that night. And I think I ended up like muting him or either blocking him for the rest of the night so that he couldn't text me. And I went out. And like just so happened the bowling alley was packed anyway, so we wasn't gonna even be able to get in the bowling alley. So I just went and got something to eat. And well, about, you know, or whatever. And the crazy thing about it was I knew that once I left, I was going back to his house. And so like after I had did all this stuff, like, and to be honest, your girl was, no, I wasn't. Yes, I was. I was a little tipsy because I hadn't got upset, and I was just like, that's all right, I'll drink to him. And so I went back to his house, but your girl was like, I'm not finna argue with you. I came back here to go to sleep. That's what I'm going to do. Like, I'm going to sleep. I really don't even want to talk to you. And so like when I got back or whatever, like that, of course he woke up and he was like, you really left me for my birthday. And I was like, I ain't even finna do this with you. Like you want to stay here, you want to be what you call it, I don't even know. Anyway, but you want to be here then. And that was like one of our first arguments, like in person. And it was crazy because I feel like I had tried to do everything I could just to make sure that he had a decent birthday that year, that he did something fun, that he got out of the house and that he enjoyed his day. And it just went left. It really did. And so like we ended up arguing that night. And like I remember he was trying to, and I was like, I don't want to do this. So like I got up to go in the bathroom, and as I was getting up to go to the bathroom, he like tried to grab me so that I couldn't walk away from him. And when he grabbed me, like I was like, get off of me, you know, and I like shook him off. And so it's not funny, but like I shook him off, and like he like jumped out of the bed and was trying to follow me. And so at this time we having a whole screaming match. No, the next holiday was Christmas, and for Christmas, you know, I just wanted to be better. You know, I just didn't want any negativity. I just kind of wanted to feel like I did get when I was a little kid. and they're like, calm down, you know. Y'all calm down. And I was just like, you don't care, you don't care, you don't care. And he was just like,
by this time, actually,
you know, I do care, you know.
The rest of my balance.
And like, that's all I can say. I just kept saying, you don't care, you don't care, you don't care. And like, I'm literally standing in his bathroom floor crying, and he's holding on to me. And it was like, I got down to the nitty gritty. And it was crazy because it was just like, I felt like I had made all this effort to show this person, and you know, appreciation.
I kind of like the type
of everything that he had. I shouldn't have. Like, he had been there for me, and I'm crying. You know, now, you know, as if
he was taking care of his family.
He was the one that had left me, and it was just simply because, like, I was just like, dang, like. And not to mention that he was starting.
I just want you to have a good time.
I was starting to realize his irritation that he had with this particular friend that I had, who also worked at his same establishment.
You know,
and so like,
to do that,
she had even offered to give me the money, and I remember we had got to it. And I was just telling him, I was just like, you know what? Don't ever talk about
both
these people that friends to me again, because they tried to give me the money.
I was facing,
so like, I'm pretty sure that made him feel some type of way. And so, like I said, we were kind of, you know, bumping heads about that, and I ended up getting back into school, and I got into school, and it was kind of stressful. It was kind of more than I expected it to be
when I was a little kid,
because it was my first time being in school.
I had bought this,
you know, because the first time I was in school, I didn't have to work, so I was kind of trying to balance being in school and working at the same time. And at the time I didn't have a car, so I would be walking back and forth to school, and
a watch. I think that was all.
Just a whole bunch of other life issues that were also going on with it.
I just like.
And so,
I remember because
of course, with me being in school and me having to be at work,
like I rapped all his gifts because he wasn't
being able to be around each other as much.
You're gonna have to share this paper off like a kid.
And it probably affected me more than it affected him.
Kids on Christmas Eve, you're gonna have to share this paper off.
Fine,
until you took these parents. It's like, no, this is what we're gonna do. And so, I ended up like, I literally got him a necklace, y'all, and the necklace had our initials on. The necklace box is probably like this big. And I ended up putting it in like a box that was like this big, like, and so it was just like box after box after box after box after box. And so like I remember I recorded the video of him, you know, unwrapping all the boxes, you know, just watching him like unwrap all his gifts. And it was so funny because like that's what it was. I had got him a jersey because he likes the Cowboys. So I had got him a jersey, but I ended up having to give it to my friend just to hide it from him so he wouldn't see it. And so like he was expecting it, but he didn't know that he had gotten it's hard
so
and a relationship and friendships and all this.
I think that was like the thing that he was most excited for that Christmas. It was for me anyway. And so like I got him this
one particular night, like I said, I felt like he was starting to grow distant.
And I made it to where he couldn't shake the box. I was like, you like here, you know,
like what was I saying? He was like, it ain't like that. And I was like, okay, so when
he finally got it, he was just like, you know, dang, or whatever. Like, he said he was happy, and I was like, well, do you like it? He was like, yeah, I love it. And so like, there was just
some kind of assignment
really important for me because I was kind of trying to make up for his birthday, you know. And I just wanted him to be happy.
I had seen him text this girl before, but he had said that they were just friends. Like, she would check on him when he was going through one of his little down periods or whatever like that. And so, they had been texting. And so, like, that particular night, he had fallen asleep. And I remember because, what's the name of that movie? The Avengers movie, the first one. It was on. And, like, now I won't watch that movie at all. And he had fallen asleep watching the movie. Like, I was literally, like, sitting at the edge of his bed doing homework. And so I was like, I think my phone was off or something like that. And so I was like, hey, I need to see your phone. I was like, I need to see your phone. I need to call my sister or something like that. And so, me being me following my intuition, I checked his phone. And so, like, I went through the messages between him and the girl, and they were texting inappropriately. And I had already known that he had, he would text her, or they would check on each other sometimes when he would be going through his depressional period. And I felt like, you know, if I'm your girlfriend, then I'm the person that you need to talk to. And so, like I said, I had seen these text messages and they were inappropriate. And yeah, mind you, the girl didn't live here, but at this point, this is cheating. Like, you having these type of text messages, y'all ain't supposed to be talking like that. You got a girlfriend and she knows that. y'all, you cheat. And so I took the phone and like I hard now chunked it at him. And like I said, he sleep. And so I chunked it at him. I'm the type of person to where you can't corner me when I'm mad. That's the worst thing you can do for you to put me in a corner when I'm already upset. Because if you put me in a corner, I'ma lose it. Cause it's just like I feel like you trying to attack me, like don't. So like you can't pin me in the corner when I'm upset. So like he was like, what you talking about? What you talking about? And so like we get into it and I'm yelling. I'm like, you cheat, you know, whatever like that. And I'm like, you texting this bitch. He didn't. I feel like he was kind of like pushing me away. And I remember like Valentine's Day. It was supposed to be
I get my stuff and I leave. It's like I said, it's time my phone was off or whatever like that, and I get home and I get my sister's phone and he's texting. He's like, "Hey, can you text me Valentine's Day?" Whatever like that. And so I text. I said, "This is me. You have your whatever. Like I didn't take you still, you know." And he like, "What you? Why you do all that?"
On Valentine's Day, I ended up like getting a package from him, you know, because he had got me something. And I think I actually ended up giving him his gift when he came back. But yeah, he made sure that I had something on Valentine's Day, and so like that meant a lot to me. And I was just appreciative that even though he wasn't there, like I was kind of upset. I couldn't really hide, and I told him that. I said, "You bust my lip." I said, "I can't hide. Ain't nothing I can do about it." I said, "So just be prepared for what's gonna happen at work tomorrow, because they gonna ask questions." And so we get at work, and I'm looking at him all over again. I'm just like, this nigga really cheated on me. Like, you really cheated on me. And so, he's close to one of the managers that worked there, and this particular manager, I feel like he would always tell me about the stuff that was going on in our relationship. And so he looked at me, he asked me, he said, "What happened?" I said, "He did this. This is what he did," or whatever like that. And he said, "You lying?" I said, "No, I'm dead serious." He said, "I said, y'all done sat here and joked about him putting his hands on me or whatever like that." And not that he had put his hands on me, but he had literally bitten my lip. have his laptop. And so like I said, you can have that. And so he was like, what you talking about? What you talking about? I said, you want to cheat? I said, that's cool. And he was like, who cheating or whatever like that. Like I said, like he sleep. And so I leave his laptop there. And I'm like, when you are in a relationship and someone breaks trust like that, you have to give yourself time to accept it and actually forgive them, because if you don't, you already have insecurities.
You texting me
from that
and
incident,
you know all that stuff going off, y'all.
And he like, what you talking about? What you talking about?
Holding that over their head.
You know, me just going off, just going off, just going off. He was like we going at it, y'all, like for real. And me, the type of person, like I said, I grew up around dudes, so I ain't never been the type of person I ain't never been the type of female to back down from no dude. You want to hit me, we gonna fight. And so like he was like literally in my face, and he would not let me out, because I'm like, I'm finna go, let me go home, let me go. You want to cheat, you can have her, I'm done, let me go, and he would not let me go. And like he was for real like this close to me, and he literally ended up like biting my lip, y'all. That's just how close to me he was. Like, he was supposed to go home with me for my grandma's birthday party, and he didn't end up going home with me for my grandma's birthday party, because he was like, I just don't feel like I should go home with you with us arguing like this. And I was upset, because I was just like, if we're supposed to be together, you're supposed to go home with me anyway, because we're supposed to get, he was like, my mama said that you was already so upset when you came here, like you have to come here to start something. And the way that I was coming in there to start something, if you want to break up, let's just break up. I believe we had already gotten to it. I don't want to, before I had gotten there, because he had started acting, in reality we are going through, and I knew something. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be sitting in these folks' face. And I was just like, okay. And so like I called him, and I was like, I was heartbroken, because I was still kind of hurt from that. Out of all the stuff we've been through, out of all the stuff we shared, celebrate my grandmother's life, and I remember, why would you do this to me? Like, he knew how it felt to be cheated on, and so for him to do that to me, and someone me getting, I was hurt, because I was just like, why would you do this? And you know how it feels to cheat on you. You know what I just went through. Like, why would you do this? Like, what did I? Why? Like, and then of course, when you get cheated on, the first thing is like, what did I do? Like, why would you do this to me? He's like, Chanel, I didn't cheat on you. And I'm like, I know you did, because I saw the messages. I saw you texting her. And so at first he was just like, well, I can't control, what she's sending me. And I was just like, it's not even about what she sent to you. It's what you said in return. It's what you said before she even sent that to you. And so he was just like, I'm sorry or whatever like that. And I was just like, I was so mad. And not only that, we had to work with each other the next day. And like, this particular day, I had to work side by side with him. And so like, I was so mad. And I came in, like I said, he had bit my lip, and so my lip was swollen. Like, he bit it hard, to where he had bit my lip and it was swollen. What we've been through, and why aren't you, like, it's our first year together, like, why can't you just, and so we kind of got into it about that. And he was just like, and I ended up talking about, because she was just like, it's okay, y'all can just do something, after. And so like, we did end up deciding, like, he was supposed to leave, we'll just do something either after or before he left, to make up for our time that we didn't get to spend together. But he ended up not going on the business trip anyway. And so I was happy, but at the same time, it was just like, blah, or whatever. So like, we ended up going out, and we actually ended up getting into it that night, because we were supposed to be going on a cruise together. And so I was talking about the cruise, and I was reminding him, and I was like, oh yeah, the money's due in October. Keep in mind, he had just lost the money that he was gonna get from the business trip. He was gonna use to put for business trip. He had known about this trip for at that point at least like 6 months. And so like, it was just like, that was like, we were talking about it, and I was a little tipsy. And not to mention, before that had even happened, we had gotten into it. He was like, what to do? No, the money was due in September. He thought it was, what he said was, he thought it was due in October. And so he was like, you didn't tell me the money was due then. I was doing all this. Something like that. But the trip was in November, and so he was like, you told me that it was due, you know, and I told him, I was like, no. I said, we were sitting here looking at it together, and the date hasn't changed for when it's due, so no, I didn't tell you that. He was like, yes, you did. He was like, I ain't gonna be able to do that. I ain't gonna be able to go. And I was like, what you mean you ain't gonna be able to go? Like, why would you not be able to go? We've been planning this, like, this ain't the first time you know about it, so why all of a sudden you don't want to go no more? And so at that point, after all the stuff he had gone through, I just felt like he just didn't want to go, because there was a lot of things that I wanted to do, and he was just like, I don't know about this. So I said, I was like, technically, you just don't want to go. You just ain't gonna go. This time you don't want to go. You ain't never want to go. And he was like, so at that point, I didn't want to go. The only reason I want to go is because you forced me to go. And I said, well, don't ever feel like I'm
some
forcing
of
you to
the
do
issues
anything.
that
I said, you ain't got to go. You ain't got to speak with me.